Major makes major music moves.
That's why I love you.
With a message behind every melody.
And it's full circle because I remember talking to you about This Is Why I Love You and the fact that you were knocking at gospel's door.
Gospel was the initial plan. I mean, I wrote it out and God had to unveil to me his plans. And it wasn't that it wouldn't be kingdom, it just would be different.
And more unforgettable moments from the artist with incredible range.
We've got a surprise drop, the Hope Dealer Sessions. So good. Executive produced by my brother Josiah Bell.
Our favorite choir boy reminds us why he's also the Hope Dealer.
Hope has always literally been in the who of me.
It's all coming up in this Studio 5 one-on-one.
He was born Major R. Johnson Finley, but music fans know him as simply Major. His 2016 hit song, Why I Love You, reached platinum status, and it's been seen nearly 200 million times online. The song is a love letter, and it's helped Major to build his musical foundation.
Oh, this is why I love you, because you love me.
Stellar Awards, the premier gospel award show.
Yes.
And you now find yourself nominated Song of the Year.
Song of the Year and also Urban Single Performance of the Year. So 2 stellar awards in the genre that started Major off. And I know much of the mainstream space got to know me as Mr. This Is Why I Love You.
Yes.
And so, and I am grateful, like really grateful, like in real time grateful for the success of that song's impact. But it started gospel for me. And so to be recognized and honored by the Stellars, the first award show that I remember sending emails to, you know, to ask if they would consider a 17-year-old kid nicknamed Choir Boy,
Yes.
you know, to perform. And now I'm on the main stage, not only nominated, but performing. That's only God.
And it's full circle because I remember talking to you about This Is Why I Love You and the fact that you were knocking at gospel's door.
Yes.
But it wasn't open.
Yeah. And so I found, like on my journey, to be clear to anyone listening and just finding out about me, gospel was the initial plan. I mean, I wrote it out and God had to unveil to me his plans. And it wasn't that it wouldn't be kingdom, it just would be different. And so that was the lesson for me, that when we pray to God for answers, when we pray for God to meet the promises that we believe we've heard from him, we have to be open to how he answers. Because sometimes the answer comes in a different packaging. And so for me, I remember pursuing the labels in gospel music, and I've always been on top of it, so it wasn't like I came raggedy. And they would say, not right now, or, you know, I think you're just too big for gospel. And I'm like, that's weird, because we have a Kirk Franklin, and we have a Mary Mary, and we have a BB and CC, like, that's big. But I found myself realizing I was never meant to chase the embrace of the uninterested. You go in the direction of what you are celebrated in, and it's okay if the door that you feel is the one for you is not the one for you. And sure enough, my promise, as I shared before, was if I cross over, I'm taking the crossover with me. And it has been kingdom ever since. Why I Love You is a love letter to God, and love wrote me back. And now we have I Prayed For You, a song about prayer, taking me to the top of the chart. That's crazy.
I prayed you take the time to see that you were special and always on my mind. I prayed for you.
I Prayed For You. The birth of this song goes all the way back to COVID, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
And a text message from Chadwick Boseman?
Absolutely. Wow. Chadwick Boseman was a big brother of mine, in spirit still. You know, I honor his legacy. But on April 4th, 2020, Chadwick sent a text message to a group of us and imploring us to pray for the hope of the world. Yeah. And he said that this COVID-19 has somewhat debilitated us. It's caused us to believe that there's no hope. We're drowning in a sea of hopelessness. And he says, he said it like this. This was so wild because Chadwick was as deep as we see him on TV, like, but it was simple deep. He said, the plague was asked why it had killed so many. The plague responded, I only killed 100. The thousands that died from the fear of me. It's hope. Hope is the key. And I'm a hope dealer. I'm my mama's favorite hope dealer. And so in that moment, I was awakened to my assignment, and that is to amplify hope. And so not only did I pray, but I wrote a song about it. And the civil unrest in the land with, George Floyd and all of the injustice, and then watching how cultures beyond just the African-American space empathized with the struggle that was very real, the systemic oppression, and everyone coming together to say, we all matter. And these lives matter. So we have to step up and step in. And so it was a mobilization of the all and the we that caused me to write this song. And I Prayed for You it was released a couple years later. And then, it's like, it's timely. It's almost like a prophetic song that speaks to every season and every time. And to see how far it's gone, man, it's crazy. I got a #1 on Billboard. Why I Love You went platinum. That pays bills. Yeah. I could go to anywhere and get, give me a large. Not because I want more, just because I can afford it. But prayer, a song about prayer that speaks to the heart of the individual and to the heart of the land, is a song that took me to the top of the charts for the first time ever, #1 on Billboard for 2 consecutive weeks. Tamron Hall, another journalist I admire, because you roll in that excellence realm like her, and I know you'd appreciate that. But it's just so much love for this Berkeley. I mean, you may be mentioning this, so I may be still in the thunder of what you've got in queue, but I'm just blown away at how God is using me in this season and answering prayers. Feels like a season of finally, and I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm just excited about how good God has been and is being to me in this time.
I prayed for you.
You can find all things Major by checking out his website, nowthat'smajor.com. Still to come, Major and his major music moves.
Because when opportunity knocks, when the time comes, it embraces the person ready to go.
Welcome back to this Studio 5 special. We're continuing our one-on-one conversation with Major. After many years of waiting, the singer, songwriter, producer, and actor is being celebrated for his work. Inducted into the Berkeley Gospel Music Hall of Fame, Sir Graduate, and release I Prayed for You with the Berkeley Summer Choir.
Yeah, of course. You're so professional and expert and skilled at this journalist thing. But absolutely, my alma mater, the Berkeley College of Music, honored me with the induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. A huge honor. While at Berkeley, I was student body president, very active. No, I'm pretty sure you could guess I would have been in some leadership capacity. But it feels very surreal that this many years later to be acknowledged by an institution that I hold near and dear to my heart in that way. And so, of course, when that happens, we collaborate. Duh. So this has been the year of I Prayed for You, and I've made different versions of it. And so I said, I'm going to do a Berkeley edition. And I have the voices on it now. I'm excited. They sound good too. They sound good. And so it's an honor that collaboration, So I Prayed for You featuring Berkeley Summer Gospel Choir is out now.
Yes.
People can check that out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is
Thank
beautiful
you.
indeed. And speaking of new music, there is even more music. We're looking for a mixtape now?
Yeah. By the time this airs, we've got a surprise drop, the Hope Dealer Sessions. So good. Executive produced by my brother Josiah Bell, an incredible producer, songwriter. He is out of Detroit by way of Canada, and he is known for work with the TV show Underground, Will Smith, Jaden Smith, Soho House. He's brilliant, and he executive produced this project. We've collaborated. I also have Teddy P and Brunis Charles. Teddy P produced a number of my records, as did Brunis co-write. He's with Maverick City, and David Banner is on a new remix. My For the Win, I have a new version of that. So we're in there, but this Hope Dealer Sessions is a motivational mixtape, spoken word and music to impact the heart and soul of community and the individual, and it's powerful, brother.
This music has now got you reigniting a tour that we saw, because you did the tour to help folks in LA. You were among the people who were evacuated.
Yeah, I did evacuate. Thankfully, we were unscathed, but it was pretty horrific to see that go down in LA and Altadena. We got this tour, the Major Hope experience live. I do it on scale. Sometimes it's acoustic. You experience the acoustic when I was in Atlanta, but we have a few more cities, and it's going to be the celebration tour, celebrating all of these crazy wins. There's something that's heavy on me that I feel I want to share for the person watching that has been working hard at seeing their dreams realized, that the due season does come. And it doesn't come when you're tired and fatigued and there's nothing else left. It comes in the midst of the journey. Stay consistent, stay excellent, stay ready. Because when opportunity knocks, when the time comes, it embraces the person ready to go, the person ready to show. And I just want to encourage the heart of the person listening. Don't be weary in your well-doing, because you will surely see it. It's coming, and I'm in my space where I'm just like, it feels too good to be true, but it's so good it is true.
Holy waters, sons and daughters, revive our land, that we may rise again.
Major has a new single. It's called Day One. You can find it wherever you get your music material.
Stay connected with CBN News all day across our platforms.
Welcome back to this one-on-one conversation with Major. The choir boy also earned a nickname, the Hope Dealer. I know you're nicknamed the Hope Dealer, but when did hope really come alive for you? I mean, in a world where we can be in such despair, and especially you plant a seed and do this work, and then you sit back and kind of, okay.
Can I say, hope has always literally been in the who of me all my life. All my life I had to hope. I just saw life through an optimistic lens. I didn't come from affluence financially. I didn't come from tremendous resource, but I came from a family that instilled the principle of faith and go-getter and excellence. If you want it, you work in excellence for it. And so it was always in who I was. even to the point that my teachers used to talk to me about life problems on the side. Like, imagine I didn't go take a nap in kindergarten. I remember Miss Kilborn just talking about life with Lil Major, who wouldn't take a nap. And she's probably like, you know, you can take a nap now. But we're just talking about life from then on to growing older. But my mom, when she told me in college the meaning behind my name, because Major is my real name.
That's right.
She said, I prayed that Major would make a major impact on the world if I named you that. And it was then that I said, oh, there's more purpose behind it. And hope rang true. I had a dream, no lie, and no pun, sorta. Where I went down into a basement. It was the day after my mom told me, the night my mom told me about the meaning of my name, because she waited till I was in college to tell me all this. I am in the basement, and at this table is Dr. King, Martin Luther King. And it's this rickety card table and the light bulb with the light, string. And he sits there and he says, Major, you're next. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he says, what I did for peace and justice, you will do for hope and love. And I was like, okay, yes. And it's always been the theme, but I didn't vocalize it as such. And in that moment, a being, a force of light comes walking down, and it was who I believed to be Jesus. And he said, Major, he's right, and I will walk with you every step of the way. And it was literally in that moment, I remember, and a tear came down. I remember welling up, but it was only one strong tear, and it just dragging down my face. And I remember waking up, and somehow I'm like sleeping the most awkward way on my bed in Boston, and I'm right under the Dr. King I Have a Dream poster, and I said, this is the assignment. Hope in love, life, and future. So from that moment, it was that, and it was Billy Johnson that gave me the moniker Hope Dealer. Yeah. But I embraced it ever since.
Wow. For folks hearing that are probably wondering, how do you hold on to hope when things are falling apart? What would you say?
When you understand that hope is not the denial of reality, it's the commitment to believe greater is on the other side of it. Hope is not pretending that struggle and circumstance isn't real. It's understanding that in the power and the truth and the track record of our Maker is a promise and an assurance that we'll get to the other side. Hope is an anchor. It's powerful, and it ain't ever canceled.
Keep moving with the best of you, and let God perfect the rest of you.
Again, in addition to music, Major is an actor. You may remember seeing him in shows like Star and Dietrich Haddon's The Fallen. Let's continue our one-on-one with actor, singer, songwriter, and recording artist Major. He's sharing why he lives with a grateful heart. So how is Major Johnson Finley Choir Boy Ray feeling these days?
Grateful and overwhelmed. And I'm in Nashville right now being celebrated for hard work. And yes, I've wanted to give up. The hope dealer has been challenged to live the hope he gives. And yes, I questioned, am I really pursuing what I'm supposed to be doing? But to be in the right now and to see answers and wins and finallys, it makes it all the more worth it to keep going, because there's always more.
Nice. And I think if people go back and listen to the catalog, as I have been doing these last few days, you never really strayed.
I never strayed. It literally lines up. It literally lines up. There's a process to it all. So many lessons, great and small. It is literally a part of the story. And we have to understand that not only does he cause it all to work together, he meant for it all to work together. He's just a God that thinks like that. And we're always considered when he does think like that.
What's it like to be able to do this with the love of your life?
Woo! 5 years in.
Yes.
I call her Dr. Wife. She's a doctor of education. And now she got to call me Dr. Husband. I just got a honorary doctorate. You know, I'm saying, we just celebrated 5 years. It's amazing to have somebody that, and this is, I believe, the intention of marriage. You have a built-in support system. When it is healthy, you will always know support. You won't have to seek it outside of the realm of that covenant. The support you get outside of it would be a bonus. And I'm grateful for her support. I support her, she supports me. She is a balance of my reality because I'm the extrovert, she's the introvert. She is an extended thinker. Sometimes I'm like, can you get to it? But her extra thought and processing provides a more thorough read and discernment sometimes that I may miss. I do know that I have the gift of discernment and I have a deep empathy, but sometimes there is to be a stewardship that has to be considered when folks like us who are extremely generous move about our days and our ways. Because in all things, when it is God, it requires stewardship, even our generosity. And the gift of generosity, godly generosity, should never be burnt out.
Baby, baby, will you love me, love me, love me, love me forever and always?
Music helps us to bring you this show each and every week, and this week's soundtrack comes from none other than Major. Take a listen, and you'll hear why his Joy in the Battle is what's playing in my ears.
I'm just a man who's lost some things and left with memories. Still, I believe there's so much more. 'Cause I've got joy in the battle, I've got joy in my victory. I keep my eyes to the heavens so my joy never slips from me.
We've got time for just one more thing. Let's give the final word to Major. If you wrote that little boy, Major, who didn't like his name growing up, but we know you got there. If you had to write that little boy a letter, what would you tell him?
It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be good, and you'll be ready for it all. Yeah, they'll understand the awkward. That'll eventually be your cool. I think I've shared this before with you that I've learned the definition of cool is the unapologetic embrace of your uniqueness. When you embrace your uniqueness, and this is for everybody in this room, you find your distinction, and right in the heart of your distinction, you've unlocked and discovered your superpower, and then you can't be stopped. Creation applauds you and says thank you for finally showing up, because we needed just that. Be cool, be you, be true.
Major, that is a great final word for this one-on-one edition of Studio 5. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.